Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to week 13 of 52 Weeks of Focus. I will turn it over to Phil now.
What's going on, guys? I hope everybody's having a pretty good week. Definitely this week for us has been extremely busy. As you can see, we're literally just coming in from church, but we had to get this done for you guys. So, as always, thank you for your comments. Thank you for your consistent and right on time, not necessarily praise, but just notes of thanks. And actually, that's what we will be talking about. We'll actually be talking about the gratitude effect. And a big part of maintaining peace, maintaining joy, maintaining all things good comes from our mindset. And it is our belief that that mindset has to start in gratitude. Gratitude is simply the willingness to be thankful and the power that positive thought and positive thought towards others has on your outlook. Sometimes we like to associate the word gratitude with service, gratitude with thankfulness, and gratitude with just overall feeling good about not just yourself, but everything that is going on in your environment. So today we'll have 4 points that kind of give you guys a few tidbits about gratitude, and hopefully they'll help you to use gratitude at its full potential, full power, and to help you get through and to the things that God has given to us. So again, we'll have 4 points, and I'll go ahead and start. And one of the main things that I have witnessed when it comes to living with gratitude, no matter what, is that number one, it blocks negativity, or it minimizes the effect that negativity has on you. Here recently, we have kind of ran into some unexpected expenses, and it hurt. Car expenses definitely are unexpected, and they seem to come in waves. And we had a choice. We had to make some rough choices, but we decided to go ahead and get it taken care of and get it out of the way. And we also had a vacation plan that we had to make adjustments to because of this unforeseen kind of obstacle that kind of put us in an uncomfortable place. And as most of you guys have, your finances are pretty much like either 1, 2, or 3 on your priorities list. And once something unexpectedly happens to kind of interrupt what you have going on, usually puts us in a negative place. But if we're continuously growing our faith and continue to try to live in gratitude, there's so much more that can be taken out of the negative situation. And we'll go ahead and take it to Psalms 118 and 24, and it reads, "This is the day that the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it." That's an old school Kojic Church of God in Christ verse that I myself have been, it had been ingrained into my spirit and my brain, that no matter what, the Lord has made this day, and we will rejoice and be glad in it, no matter what happens. And once we begin to live this, your mind will actually stray away from the negative thought. In our case, we understood that 2-3 years ago, if something for the magnitude that would have happened before happened like it did today, we would have been, at each other's throats and experiencing more and more negative thoughts as we, would kind of simmer in the negative situation. But now that we've kind of grown into our gratitude for what God has provided us, we began to see things like, oh wait, wow, this happened literally on a Thursday, and Friday it was taken care of. Now it hurt a little bit, but we were actually grateful to have the resources to go ahead and just take care of it. So just that simple thought process helped us understand that God blesses us before the negative situation happens, and it gives us something to refer back to once it is happening or in the midst of the negative situation. So basically, before we got married, and before we kind of decided to get on this journey together, we had a big decision to make as far as finances are concerned, and God blessed our path to this point, to where when something does happen, it gives us a source to go to, which is Him, that kind of helps us take care of His or the twists and turns that go that we go through. Also, God, also gratitude also minimizes the negative, the effects of the negative event that happened to us, or happened to you. Gratitude always gives us a way out when it comes to the mountain of negativity that we often find ourselves climbing up. As we continue to seek the goodness in things, and seek the God in things, and the things that He has provided us in our path, no matter if it's negative or positive, He will always give us kind of like not necessarily a hiding place, but a place of refuge, and a place of safety, even though everything around us is so chaotic. As we all go through things, it is very important for us to consistently keep our eyes on what is going on that's positive in our life. No matter if you just lost a loved one, or just got laid off from a job, God is always present, and it is very important that we continue to acknowledge the good that He did or is doing for us. Also, gratitude makes for a soft landing when unexpected things happen. Our knee-jerk reaction to pain, whether it be physical or emotional, is to protect ourselves. And what we do to protect ourselves often gives us the posture to either lay in our discomfort, or it gives us posture to fight what is happening. And when you live in gratitude, it puts us in a position where we defend ourselves, but we come back fighting with what that thing is that God has given us. And oftentimes, as we go through bumps in the road, we tend to shy away from the thing that hurts us the most, or we tend to not fully extend our hand to God because we are hurt. But in those times that we do go through things, it is important for us to still seek the things that God has given us, or the good in any situation, as it will help us create an offense towards the negative thing that has happened to us. All right. So again, I'll say the first point again was gratitude blocks negativity, and I'll move on to the second point, which is gratitude yields blessings. So first point was gratitude blocks negativity, and it also, point number two, it yields blessings. We'll go to Psalms 50 and 23rd verse. It says, "The one who offers thanksgiving as his sacrifice glorifies me. To one who orders his way rightly, I will show the salvation of God." Now, this one is very, very, very big for those that are experiencing the great times, the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows. I know a lot of times we feel like we kind of go through that roller coaster, and if you're constantly going through that roller coaster, this verse is perfect to kind of balance you a little bit. This verse simply says, just give thanksgiving, and God will continuously show you the way. All right, and as long as God is in control, we do understand that we're gonna be all right. All right, and gratitude is one of the most, simple ways that we can serve God, or serve our purpose in God's kingdom. All right, as we show appreciation for the things that He's given us, the house that we're in, or the roof that we have over our head, or the money in our pocket, or the good health He's given us. That is recognition of the amazingness that He has given to us. Okay, and if we can continue to focus on those things, all right, God will continue to light our path. Now, on the opposite end, as we stray away, or we begin to take the things that He's given us for granted, that's actually when the opposition sees a little hole, and he kind of digs a small hole into that insecurity or that thing that we have taken for granted, and he uses it for his power. So we always want to kind of make sure that we are recognizing God for the things that He is giving us, and not allow those things to get old, and not allow those things to become routine, because it is not, and it's not a small thing that we're here every single day. Every single day we're taking a step toward our purpose, and it's important for us to acknowledge the things that God has given us. All right. Also, gratitude sets the stage for God's plan for us, or God's love that we can show for others. All right. As we go through things that we find difficult, or if we go through valleys, or if we go through even the highs, God is constantly using us. Okay, so it is very important for us to understand that we have to continuously find things to be grateful for. All right, we have to find things to show gratitude for, because in essence we are showing gratitude for God and what He is doing for us. Now, no matter what the direct effect is for us, we have to make sure that we are acknowledging God in everything that we do, and gratitude is the basis of that. Now, as we show that gratitude, God has the ability to shine His light brighter on not just us, but those around us. All right, because as we get closer in our purpose, things always kind of seem to get harder, but they only get harder because we aren't acknowledging the source of our, basically the source of our strength and the source of our light. So as we continue to just acknowledge the small things that God's given us, He'll continue to give us big things. All right, He'll continue to help us build those things, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time, as we continue to give Him praise and give Him all the things that He is due when it comes to us. So the first 2 points, as a summary, gratitude blocks negativity. All right, the more positivity we show towards our situation, whether it be negative or positive, or the more God we find in our negative and positive situations, the less room the opposition has to operate within our life. And number 2, gratitude yields blessings. Gratitude will help you to understand God's path, and as we stay on God's path, He'll continue to bless us with the things that we need in our path. Okay, so the next 2 points will be coming from this one right here.
All right, starting with point 3, gratitude goes deeper. I'll just repeat that one more time. Gratitude goes deeper. Starting with James 1:17, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. I know that particular Bible verse resonates with me, because every good gift and every good thing comes from God. Every good blessing, every positive occurrence within your life, it comes from God. Just starting off, gratitude sustains healing. To me, I know that means a lot in terms of, healing from your past, healing, from a sickness, illness, a physical illness, and sometimes it means mental illness. I know in a society that kind of shies away from mental illness, is gratitude and sustaining that healing and actually seeking the help that you may need. Peace starts and ends with gratitude. Where there's no peace, there's no gratitude. There are so many things throughout our day and occurrences that try to steal our peace and try to steal our way and our purpose according to God's will. And we have to work hard to maintain that peace within our lives because the enemy is constantly trying to figure out ways to turn our lives into chaos. And through maintaining the heart and the mind of gratitude, you're able to maintain that peace. Gratitude sustains joy where happiness falls short. There are times that I know it's hard for me to sustain joy based off of some things that may happen at work or in my personal life. And happiness equals current happenings. To me, that means you have to stay in the present, learn your lessons from the past, but look forward to your future. Joy equals an internal thankfulness that cannot affect your current events. You can't let people, you can't let events, you can't let things steal your joy and steal your gratitude, because your gratitude is a direct reflection of God's love in your life. So just to recap, point 3, gratitude goes deeper, going right into point 4, which is gratitude grabs the attention of God. Starting off with 1 Corinthians 15:10. But by the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace towards me was not in vain. I worked harder than any of them, though it was not I, but the grace of God, excuse me guys, I gotta read it, God that is with me. I know this is Corinthians, as far as the book of Corinthians is pretty powerful because it says so many things in terms of grace, gracefulness, and peace. You have to work hard to maintain that grace and that peace, and without that grace or peace, your life turns crazy real quick. I know I can attest to that. There are times that I find myself getting really busy with work. I do my daily devotionals, but I don't pray as often as I should, or I don't just sit in his presence as long as I should because my day is so jam-packed. But within the past month or two, I've taken a step back and I've made that time, whether it's writing a sentence or it's writing a paragraph to God a day. It's helped me to maintain that gratitude, which in turn, continues to get the attention of God. For God specifically tells us that he longs for a cheerful giver, not just money, but in other efforts, energy, and everyday relationships. You don't have to give your last in order for God to bless you. Of course, you can tithe, but tithe what you can, because that's still showing gratefulness. That's still showing obedience towards God. When you are eventually able to pay that 10%, do it, but don't get your lights cut off or or fail to pay a bill, like a car note, and get your car repossessed just because you want to show your gratefulness towards God, because of what it says to give, your 10th of your income, etc. God knows your heart anyway. You can give $1,000, you can give $1. That $1 can be more powerful than that $1,000 because of what was in your heart when you gave it.
And also, guys, what that point is saying is gratefulness or gratitude starts in your heart. And if you have a heart of gratitude, things like money, your energy, how you treat people on a daily basis can also serve as that input and that investment into God's will and God's works. And oftentimes, God blesses us not through just monetary or material things. He blesses us with spiritual and emotional things, and emotional strength, and spiritual, overcoming spiritual battles that we deal with. So it's important to maintain that gratitude, a mindset of gratitude, so you can maintain your strength in fighting your spiritual battles every day. So.
So, gratitude gives us a platform to exemplify God's love towards others. That could mean so many things. That could mean treating people at work like they may not be treating you. That could mean doing the same thing towards your significant other, as well as strangers on the street. For example, holding the door open for somebody who's coming into the same store as you, or letting that person have that parking space, although you're running short on time. That shows gratitude, and it shows that God has true control over your life. And also, gratitude serves as an illustration to God that says, no matter what, you are my God, and the happenings of the world cannot change that. There are so many things. I know I don't really watch the news just because of the constant negativity. I may read an article here and there just because I have to keep up on some current events because, I'm in the military. But you can't let what's going on around you change your heart of gratitude or your purpose for your life. You can't let so many things that are negative going on around you affect your aura, affect your energy, affect your peace. Gratitude and peace go hand in hand. The more gratitude you have, the more peace you will have. And just to recap, point 3 was gratitude goes deeper, where you have to constantly look at areas of your life where you are grateful and not to be scared of maintaining that peace that you have in your life. Going on to point 4, gratitude grabs the attention of God. The more gratitude that you display, the more attention you will get from God. I use the example of tithing, for instance, and where your heart is when you tithe. Because you can actually start to use tithing as a routine and not necessarily a way to serve God. Because I know I have a type A personality. I check things off of a list, and as I go, I'm like, okay, well, that's out the way. That's fine. But when it comes to serving God and doing things for God, you can't look at it as routine. You have to look at it as a way of keeping and maintaining God's attention on you and your life and others around you. All right, that's all. Do you have anything?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
All right, well, you'll pray us out.
All right. Heavenly Father, thank you for the beginning of an amazing week. As this week continues, God, please help us to see the amazingness that you are consistently doing in our lives, whether it be the roof we have over our head, the resources that you bless us with, or even the strength to get through the negative situation that we may currently be in. That we also continue to give you thanks no matter what, whether we're at a peak in our life or a valley. God, just help us to stay balanced and help us to continuously give us things to be grateful for. God, we want to say thank you for who you are, who you have been to us, and who you're going to be to us as well. So we say all those things in your name. Amen.
Amen. And just wanted to thank those that actually subscribe to our page. We're up to 23 subscribers as of yesterday. And the views on our videos keep going up.
Yeah.
That means that our message is getting out there, regardless if it's 1 or if it's 20 people. Our message is still getting out there, and we're still letting God use us to get his message across. We'll see you guys next week. Hope you guys have a prosperous week, and remember to maintain a heart of gratitude. Have a good Sunday, everybody.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Love, guys. See you.